बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, आप देख रहे हैं CNI न्यूज़ और मैं हूं आपका होस्ट मोइन अहमद। आज हम मौजूद हैं हॉज हिल के एरिया में और हमारे साथ यहाँ मौजूद हैं लेबर के मुतवक्के MP लियाम बर्न। इनसे बात करेंगे और जानेंगे कि इनका पिछला टेन्योर कैसा रहा और लेबर आने वाले वक्त में क्या प्लान रखती है बर्मिंघम के इस इलाके के हवाले से। थैंक यू सो मच लियाम फॉर गिविंग अस द टाइम। First of all, would you please elaborate for your plan after being elected as an MP for 100 days for this constituency?
Yeah, so
What's your priorities?
the first point to make is that this is now a big chance to get rid of the Conservative government and Rishi Sunak, who hates our community. They've taken £1 billion out of our city. They've introduced things like the benefit cap, the 2-child limit that has driven up child poverty. So this is a chance to get rid of them. But second, in this constituency now, because it's a new constituency, reform is in second place. Okay. So if people don't want a reform MP, they need to vote Labour. Our plan is very simple. We need new investment in jobs in the new business park for High Speed 2, creating opportunities for local people. We need more maths and English teachers in our schools, free breakfast clubs and expanding childcare. We need more police on these streets to tackle things like knife crime. I want to see a new A&E at Heartlands Hospital, and we need energy bills to come down by introducing nationally the new GB Energy. These are not things that will get delivered overnight, but over the first year or two, these are things that will make a difference here in Hodge Hill. But if people want that change, they have to vote for it.
Vote. Okay, that's fine. And there are some fraudulent activities going on, and people are having some difficulties in HMO's houses, and when they are complaining to council is not responding, even though sometimes police officers is not being responsive. So how would you plan to fix that problem for the local public?
Yeah, so simple. So Rishi Sunak actually boasted about taking money out of deprived areas like Birmingham and putting it into richer areas like Surrey. Now that cost our council £1 billion over the last few years. That means we don't have the officers here to police problems like HMOs. So we need a fair funding formula for Birmingham that actually recognises the many needs that we have got. And that is something that a Labour government will deliver.
So as Labour has a stance that they will end the Rwanda scheme after getting in the power, and most probably they will do it, but afterwards what will be the plans of immigrants? Would you be imposing the same regulations over the immigrants illegal and their asylum applications on the process? So how would you deal with those immigrants?
So the key thing is that we will end the crazy Rwanda scheme that the government introduced that costs something like £350 million, by using that money to rebuild stronger border controls to stop illegal immigration and human trafficking. That will make our borders much more secure, but it also means that there is extra money for the Home Office so that it can actually start processing applications much more efficiently. I was the immigration minister for 2 years. I know what it takes, and I know how short-changed the Home Office is now under Rishi Sunak, because he's put all the money into a Rwanda scheme that will never work.
Okay, so will you be able to support the two-state nations for Palestine and Israel after being
100%. I first went to Palestine when I was 19 years old. It's one of the reasons I got involved in politics. It's something I've campaigned on for 20 years in Parliament. I was obviously one of those MPs that broke the whip to vote for a ceasefire before Christmas, but we've now been able to move the Labour position in a much better way. So we support an immediate ceasefire, we support restoring aid, restoring funding for the UN agency, backing the International Criminal Court in their prosecution of the war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu, making sure that we are actually recognising the state of Palestine goes into our manifesto as official policy. So Labour's position is now in a much better argument because people like me and 54 others who broke the whip actually got stuck in and had the argument and won.
And there are some countries who are supporting Israel from the backside. So let's suppose if we talk about US, so would you be able to deal with them in this regard that you can convince them that we have to go for that two-state solution?
It's an important question, but what Britain has to do is to work much more closely with our European allies. So if you think about what Spain has done or Ireland, these are natural partners for us in making sure that we recognise the state of Palestine and crucially then deliver for the state of Palestine, because after this appalling destruction, we've got to actually make sure that there is a government there that delivers for Palestinians. Most people here, like me, just weep when we see the stories and the TV images that have come out. I think about the children that I met when I was last in Palestine with Medical Aid for Palestine that I've raised lots and lots of money for over the years. We've actually got to now make sure there is a proper state delivers for Palestinians. This long injustice has finally got to come to an end.
All right. Okay, Liam, thank you so much for your time. We'll wish you best of luck for your election. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
very much.
Thank you.
थैंक
जी
यू।
नाजरीन, आपने देखा कि लियम बर्न जो कि हॉज हिल के एमपी हैं, उनका कहना है कि वो जब उनकी पार्टी अगर हुकूमत में आती है तो वो उनकी पूरी कोशिश, पहली प्रायोरिटी यही होगी कि वो अमेरिका से डिस्कशन भी करें और इस बात पे पहुंचे कि जो 2 स्टेट सोल्यूशन है उसको लाजमी तौर पर क़याम अमल में लाया जाए ताकि इसराइल और फ़लस्तीन के दोनों के जो अवाम है वो आसानी और सुकून के साथ रह सकें।